Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here on this sunny day, and I'm sitting inside doing a review. What a shame! What a shame! No, 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 no. I'll do any time, any place a review for my fans, from the viewers, or whatever. This time, Critters, 1986. Now, personally, I saw that movie when I was a kid. As a kid, I was more of an action, sort of a little bit of a story here. I was more of an action movie kind of boy. I saw all those, you know, Van Damme, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, horror movies, or movies that are slightly like the Predator. I was so scared when the Predator blew uh, a hole through Jesse Ventura's chest. So scared. And Dylan's arm. But the Critters was nothing. It was the same deal. And I remember that you have. I mean, I know you have a fifth one these days, but it's atrocious. I heard a kite is eating a in a strip club a woman's pussy, eating a pussy, and she likes it. Okay. I'm not gonna watch that, and I don't really have the. I'll see what I'm gonna do with this with the sequels, but I know the first two were in my opinion, the goriest ones. The one, the ones with the that felt the scariest. Uh, it gets us. It gets a 6.1 on IMDb, which isn't bad, but it gets a 5.5 because all these movies were that I was scared of as a kid. Watching them now, sort of, I'm sitting back and it's like, okay, 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 movie's done, and they didn't have that impact on me. So, but 5.5, 6.1, that's almost the same. It's definitely worth a watch. Um, it got a budget of 2 million, and it didn't do super bad, grossing 13 million and a bit. It stars Dee Wallace, of course, from Cujo and The Howling, and she plays basically the movie is actually it sets on this farmhouse. This farmhouse is under siege by the critters. We start the movie on this asteroid, which has a prison on it, and I didn't see it, but the aliens talk like humans do. And then there's this one alien on this hovering platform, and he looked like that alien of Star Wars Return of the Jedi, the translator of Jabba the Hutt, that guy with the tentacles around his neck, looked like that. But they escaped, eight of the Krites escaped, nine escaped, but they killed one. But eight took a plane enough to go to another place. They find out it's Earth, and they send two bounty hunters. These bounty hunters are like shapeshifters. They have a yellow head, like radioactive heads, but they can change and interact and mingle in the. Although mingling, they have their own sense of questioning and just breaking doors down and shit, but they do look like humans then. The family where so the Krites land on this farm full of cows. They start to eat. Of course, they're hungry because that's what they don't want, that the critters eat. The They eat the cattle, but then they start attacking the farmhouse. Now you've got Dee Wallace, the mom, Helen. You've got Billy Gunn Bush. Never heard of him. Jay as a father. Although the guy, I recognize the guy from something. He probably is known. Scott Grimes. That's a known actor as Brad, the heroic son. Uh, and then Valerie Van Velde as April, the sister. Also, Billy Zane is in the house, the boyfriend of April, Steve, with a ponytail. Oh, Jesus. And you have some good side characters like Emmett Walsh, who plays Sheriff Harf. It's he's like a fat sheriff. Yeah, Emmett Walsh. He's like fat. I mean, he's like the most lazy cop there is. Go get. Oh, I gotta get there. It's funny. And then you've got Terrace Man, and that's the guy who plays Johnny Steele, and that's the guy who has the band who's playing that rock music. Now, I assume that it was made for that movie because when the bounty hunters land, he takes over that look. Now, for some reason, he keeps that look throughout the entire four movies. And even, spoiler alert, in the fourth movie, he even cuts his hair because he has that long hair back then that rockers had. And he's actually evil. And in this one, he's actually a fairly decent guy because he gives Scott Grimes, Brad, a present even that rebuilds their entire house. It's weird how they do that, but it's like rewind and everything is back together. Now I'm going too far ahead, but he has another one and he can't decide. He goes from a dead cop that the critters killed to a preacher, and he keeps the preacher for most of the movie. I believe in the second movie, he even goes for he sees a poster of a Playboy model, and he becomes that Playboy model. But I do believe he gets killed in the second one because he gets in the second one there are a lot more critters, and he gets cornered. But here he stays with the preacher. No, no, he doesn't stay with the preacher. There's this one guy. I mean, his name is Don Cooper, and his acting is he's that that drunk guy that maybe every rural area, small countryside has, who believes in fucking aliens, but he drinks like an Irishman. I mean, he's say aliens, and his acting isn't that good. Now, for some reason, they used him for all the movies, and there's a reason why. Because one of the writers is his brother, I'm guessing, and that's why. A little bit of friendly politician, you know, some friends politics. But he plays Charlie, and I think uh, when the bounty hunter goes from the preacher, he goes to Charlie. But Charlie, with his hair back and looking sober, and yeah, instead of sitting on the counter of the Bolorama and sitting there, and but they're the bounty hunters, although they do have human faces, they don't play games. They just break the door open of the Bolorama, starts to blow everything up. There's this cool scene where the Johnny Steele one, he takes this bowling ball, looks at it, and he sees the pins and he just throws it like that. The ball smashes the pins in thousand pieces. These are pretty cool. There are cool scenes. Now, most of except of these scenes, the bounty hunters looking for the critters. Basically, you have the critters attacking the farmhouse, and they're constantly trying to ward them off. Now, I did not know when I used to watch them that the critters, I knew they had these spines they could shoot out. Apparently, what I didn't know was that their spines were like they had a poison in them, not deadly poison, but a tranquilizer in them. So if they hit their prey, they would be like numb, and so they can eat it without any problem. So that's something I didn't know, but it didn't take long to wear off because Jay, the father, gets one in the neck. He's like numb, but then he's back and he starts fighting again. But I have to tell you, Jay, that he gets the most of it. Oh Jesus, he gets bitten in the here in the shoulder, neck area, almost dead. He gets bitten in the gut, gets bitten in the arm, he gets needled in the neck, he gets uh, and he keeps fighting. Okay, tough guy. Scott Grimes, the son, Brad, he's really heroic. He kills a few uh, Krites. They managed to kill a few Krites. Now, one Krite apparently, uh, before they really attack, April and Steve, Billy Zane, are making out in the barn, but Steve gets fucked over and he gets and that was the reason why I was so scared. His death was pretty gory. The critters bite off his fingers, and then one is gutting him basically by biting, and he's coughing up blood, and he's sitting, and that was a pretty grisly scene. Um, but inside, they managed to kill a few. Now, one stayed behind and started to eat. He found a chicken coop and he started to eat all the chickens. Now, and I think that's also the reason why they don't want them to eat or to eat much because they grow. This one grow almost human size. In the second one, you have one too. I always thought, oh, that's the leader from the Krites, maybe that's the one, the leader one, the king or something like that, or the queen. No, 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 no. It's just a Krite that ate so much that he grew to almost human-sized proportions. Now, of course, that one doesn't die easily, and now luckily, Brad uh, signals the bounty hunters because they're driving a police car from one of the dead cops. And it's funny. They first, in the beginning, they're just because they don't know how to drive. They're driving like backwards, and they're like constantly driving backwards. in backwards. And finally, they find out they can drive. They can drive just forward. Now, at some point, Brad flags them down. Help! 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 He gets in the car. Come on, you gotta help. Hey, you're Johnny Steele. Charlie, and Charlie's in there, and of course, uh, he. They say, "Where are they? Where are they?" At our house. At our house. You have to go. Okay, they go to the house. They have these big ass cannons, and then Chief Harv also heard that this. I heard this through a radio or something. He goes to the house, and it's funny. So these two bounty hunters are in the house. They kill a few of these crides. I think there's only two left at the end or something. They kill the giant one too. No, no, the giant one. The giant one and two small ones survive. Start to blow the house in smithereens, and then Sheriff Harv is coming. Okay, okay. Oh shit. Stairs. 3 steps. Okay, okay. I'm going in. I cried. Pow, pow. And then boom, they've got this giant cannon blast from those bounty hunters, and he's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" And you see him flying through the window, and there's some kind of explosives in the house. This is funny. It's funny. Now, eventually, those other three escape, but Brad, being a hero, and because they took April, they tranquilized her, took April in their ship as a snack for later, probably. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was not a cry. That was my look. That was this son of this one here. Sorry. Uh, Resuming, they take April ship, but Brad rescues her. He throws in what the hell? It looked like a flare, but apparently it was an explosive. But it didn't look like dynamite. It looked like pop rockets or something. Apparently enough to blow up the critter's ship. Well, before they can do that, out of spite, they destroy the farm, they destroy the barn, and then they themselves just blow up. Now, of course, the family is completely stricken. Charlie also manages to bicycle with a flask of scotch or whatever, and he's seeing this, and the Johnny Steele one gives Brad a gift, and he says, "You call me." And then he goes away, and then Charlie's going after. Can you give me one of those things? Well, that would be nice. One of those things. He's irritating, and I can tell you, he's gonna be in the second one. He's gonna be in the third one, and he's gonna be in the fourth one, and he's getting bigger, bigger, bigger roles in every critter movie that there is, because he's gonna be the hero at some point. The third one has a young Leonardo DiCaprio. So, young Leo DiCaprio, and I think it's his first movie, Critters 3, but it's not a good movie. No, it's not a good movie. Um, any case, I think he presses something. Does he presses one of the buttons of the machine, and the entire house goes back in in rewinds, like in a rewind state, and it completely rebuilds. It completely rebuilds, and the family have their house back. So it's a happy ending. But we it ends with a couple of eggs in the somewhere. I'm taking in the barn. Three three eggs. Yeah, three eggs. Because of course, leaving open for a sequel. Yeah. So what do I think about the movie? Like I said, it's ever the acting is good. You know, Dee Wallace, Emmett Walsh, he's funny. Uh, that J. Billy Gunn Bush, never heard of him, but Scott Grimes, that's a known actor. He's good. Even April, Steve is there to be just the hunk, you know, that's gonna be killed. Like in a slasher movie, the guy who wants to have sex, he dies. Uh, but that Don Cooper guy that plays Charlie, it's well, one of the writers is also last name Cooper, and no, he's irritating, and he's drink. You know, he bursts into a police department, says, "Call the army, call SWAT, call everybody. Aliens arrived." Ugh. Ooh. Ugh. He just goes in a and a woman behind the desk knitting her sweater. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then he goes to the Bolorama. Everybody, aliens, aliens. You want another scotch, buddy? Here, I leave the bottle so you can leave me alone. Oh, okay. One of the most useless first person characters in the movie, but okay. The movie's fun. It has some gore. It's supposed to be a horror comedy. Because the Krites do communicate through this like this, and they say they don't have weapons, so don't worry. Oh, okay. And then they have weapons, of course, a double barrel shotgun, and this blowing that critter up, and he says, "Ah, fuck." And he's getting the hell out of there. So you've got a few fun dialogue between these critters. Um, Also, the use of a double barrel shotgun, that's something that I always see in these movies. It's, in my opinion, one of the. He had like a Winchester rifle, like that, where you can put in like five, six, seven bullets, or he had a shotgun where you at least can put four or five bullets in. But no, double barrel shotgun, two bullets, and it takes a century, you know, to exaggerate a little bit, but it takes a long time to reload, and you only have two shots, and it's big. It's a big ass rifle, so it's not something you would use inside a house because it's big. It has a big barrel, and you know it's it's not easy to use in confined areas. And the guy, like I say, he had like multiple rifles, multiple, but like the what's the Winchester thing with the you know what I mean? And then a shotgun, and no, he takes a double barrel shotgun, a few and then four bullets. That's it. And I don't know. You see that in a lot of movies that they always take double barrel shotgun. Why? Don't know. Got two shots. If you miss, you're dead. because if a killer comes at you and you have to reload, and a lot of people you see that in movies are reloading, but they're clumsy because they're scared and they let the bullet fall, and you know what I mean, trying to take it out, and then and you're dead. It's such an outdated gun, in my opinion. Yeah, even in the 80s, when they have a rack full of guns, now they take that one. That's a little nitpick. But for the rest, great acting. The special effects are great. For yeah, $2 million budget. It's not. It's okay. It's the alien, the meteorite looks cool. It looks cool in space. The like I said, the special effects, the critters are cool. Well, they're actually kind of cute, but they're actually vicious bastards. But they're well done, and great interactions between the critters, the bounty hunters, and the family members. Like I said, the only one that I really just didn't care for was Charlie. That was the only one that just was irritating. But for the rest of the, and that's, yeah, but that shotgun, okay. If they want to use that shotgun, that's their choice. But for the rest of the movie, it's a great movie. I recommend it. Watch it, subscribe, and see you later. Bye bye.